All right, so welcome, and in today's video, I'm going to show you the proper approach to shorting. And when you're shorting a stock like Nvidia, it can be a little dangerous. There's a lot of people that just short the shares, and that can be a little bit of a disaster when it comes to these types of stocks. So Nvidia has been on a hot run. It's been very good to the upside, and it makes it a little bit more dangerous to short. So you have to be very careful. And I know there's a lot of people that always want to get into it and short it, but many people do it the wrong way. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at how to properly short Nvidia, even if you're looking for just a slight down move, and we're going to go ahead and do that with verticals. So if you look at Nvidia today, it's down already $4, which is not a lot for this stock. AMD is a little higher, and so forth. So let's take a look at Nvidia here. So you can see we're kind of topping near that $500 level, and you might say, hey, there's some resistance coming up, even though there's some good volume right there, and that all looks good and clean. There could be some shorting potential, even if it gets down to 440. You're not looking for this stock to tank back down to the ground. You're just looking for a slight base move, slightly to the downside. That's what shorting could mean. So we're going to take a look at setting up a vertical spread. The way that I would approach this is I would look at Nvidia. And by the way, you can take a look at the account I do have in this paper account. I'm Nvidia, but I am long Nvidia. I have 500 shares plus, and then I'm selling options against it. But if I wanted to combat this position, because I still have 399 delta, so you can see I'm still bullish or positive overall, at least in the simulated account. But let's say you wanted to cut something because you're worried about a downside move, especially when you're up quite this high. This is one way to short it in order to even just defend and protect the position. So what I might do is go in about, we'll go 42 days out. The reason I go a little bit longer is to give it a little bit of room in case it continues to head higher, because I'm wanting to wait for my short to come in. And then what I might go is around a 30 to 40 delta, right around here. I'm going to go in and buy a vertical spread. Okay, so I'm just going to right click buy a vertical spread. And what this will do is now create something along these lines. So I have a predefined risk. That way, if it goes against me, the most I can lose is $203. Now, a lot of people, they just short the shares outright. And I would say that's a little bit dangerous, because now if the stock keeps heading higher, you could get into some serious trouble. Whereas in this case, you predefine your risk and you've got a delta of about -2. Now, yes, you bleed a little theta, but what you're doing is you're protecting for a possible downside move or any just flash crash down for Nvidia. Even if it's a 20-point move, then you can get out of that position. So if you look at my total delta, I've got 331. And if I add in some shorts here and I go, let's say about 15 contracts, what that will do is cut that delta position quite heavily. And as it goes here, that could help protect me by about $1,000 or so. So I'll actually just do about 10 contracts, and we'll place those in. And that might be the better approach, because now you have a predefined risk and it's predetermined. And that way, if it goes against you, it's not too nasty or such a big problem. So in either case, that would be the better, proper approach to shorting, rather than just saying, hey, you know what, I'm going to sell 100 shares. Or because this is kind of what most people would do, is they short the actual stock. And you could do that. However, if it keeps grinding against you, you got to mentally define that stop, and that could be very problematic, and it could continue to eat away at you. Whereas here, you've predefined your risk. Now, it's taken me a little bit of time to get filled even here on a paper account, so you might want to try just doing one contract at a time or one vertical spread, and then continue to add or work with it. But for the time being, this is kind of the approach I would take if you're looking to short a stock like Nvidia, because it continues to kind of run up on you. And with a stock so powerful, that can definitely burn you quite a bit. Looking at what we've got going on right now, Amazon, Google, Tesla, and Square. Square's kind of up. Tesla, you can see, is pulling back, and Nvidia is also pulling back. So this is kind of what we've got as far as the trades go here on Friday. So thank you so much for joining me. Truly appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.